The Tragedy of Cinema podcast is intended as a family-friendly program that by extension strives to be inclusive to all people regardless of their ethnicity, gender, creed, or any other identifying factors in this incredibly diverse world of ours. With that said, some of the films we discuss may contain serious subject matters or have content considered morally objectionable by today's standards. We do not intend to condone or dismiss these aspects of these films, but our primary focus will be on what we believe the film succeeds at, some fun facts, and our personal enjoyment factors of each film. With that said, we hope you enjoy the show.
Well, the lotto jackpot has grown to over $64 million.
It all started with a lottery ticket.
You got the numbers wrong!
Wrong?
An honest cop. And a waitress.
Probably you've had good luck your entire life, which is the opposite of me.
In the middle of a very bad day.
Just don't have enough for a tip.
I'll live.
Lottery ticket? If this ticket wins, I'll come back tomorrow and split the proceeds. And if it doesn't, I'll still come back and leave you a tip. What do you think?
I think I'm never going to see you again.
What happened next
64, 84.
is beyond their wildest dreams.
I've got something to tell you.
$2 million? Come on! Oh my God!
This is a story of money.
Why didn't you stop at half? Why didn't you just give her all the money? Would you get off my foot?
The things it can buy.
Just a quick stop at Tiffany's, darling, and I'll be born again.
And the one thing
You're doing great.
it can't.
Oh, no.
TriStar Pictures presents
It's nice to meet somebody who you can just talk with, and hang with.
This lottery thing, it's from one day to the next. It's like you become this other person.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just won the lottery, and tonight's ride home is on me and Miss Yvonne Biazzi.
Should put you in a straitjacket and take you to the loony bin.
Nicolas Cage,
It's like we're on two different channels now. I'm CNN, and she's the Home Shopping Network.
Bridget Fonda,
It's like a fairy tale.
Rosie Perez,
Woman with the heart of gold.
it could happen to you.
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. This is Jimbo from the Tragedy of Cinema, along with my co-host,
Kyle here, Film the Love.
Phil in the Love. We want to do a little something special this year, so I told Kyle, I said, Kyle, we love our listeners.
Exactly. We're romantically involved with all of us.
And I said, what better way than to do a nice rom-com for our listeners and release it on Valentine's Day. So, Kyle, I chose this movie because I think it is just pure enjoyment.
I think so, too. It is really like the perfect feel-good kind of movie.
And it's based on a true story, which we will find out.
Yes.
So this will be episode 130, and it could happen to you.
Yeah.
But Kyle,
You have a question?
Before we start, if you only had one Valentine to pass out to somebody, who are you going to pass it out to?
Gosh. Mila Jovovich. No. She's married and has kids, I'm sure.
Not Sigourney Weaver?
Not Sigourney Weaver? Yeah.
That's an inside joke. You'll find out on the next podcast.
Next podcast will be fine. I have no idea. Jimbo, you have a wife. Who would you give it to?
Reese Witherspoon. Well, I mean, obviously my wife, but if Reese Witherspoon showed up, she might have a fighting chance.
I have to look at my third grade teacher. Let's find out here.
I would, but I think mine's dead.
I'm going to send it to your third grade teacher. That's right.
Wow, Kyle.
Neil Patrick Harris again.
And he just opens up, just tosses it on the pile. Over there. But no, this is a really feel-good movie.
Yes, I agree.
And it's just the performances by Nicolas Cage, and then was it Bridget Fonda?
Yes, Bridget Fonda.
She is such an adorable person in this movie. Oh, and Rosie Perez in this movie is absolutely comedic gold.
Just pure evil in the best way possible.
She is so good in this movie, and she should have won something for this because she is hilarious.
Yeah.
So, Kyle, this is our Valentine's episode. We want to do a little extra bonus episode for people. So let's go ahead and take away It Could Happen to You.
All right. It Could Happen to You, released on July 16th of 1994.
Were you born?
I was born, but I was only half a year old. Directed by Andrew Bergman, written by Jane Anderson, composed by Carter Burwell, and cinematographer was Caleb Deschanel. Editor was Barry Malkin, and casting director was John S. Lyons. Budget of the film was $20 million in 1994. Adjusted for inflation today would be about $39.5 million. Opening weekend, it made just $8.1 million. But in that, just for inflation, it'd be about $16 million. And then gross worldwide, it made the big bucks, where it brought in $37.9 million, which in just for inflation would be about $75 million today. So it did well. Not like blew over the moon on that well, but like it did well enough to be like, this is a good movie. Solid movie. And rating-wise, also got reviewed pretty well, too. Moving on to a quick little synopsis and plot summary too. A police officer promises to share his lottery ticket with a waitress in lieu of a tip. Lo and behold, he actually wins $4 million in the lottery and has to proceeds to give her a $2 million tip, and that leads to a romantic comedy where the two get together and later divorces as a wife who wants the $4 million for herself. And hijinks ensue. And the cop's a good guy in this, don't worry.
No, he's a really good guy.
Really good guy. Pretty swell guy. One of the things I as much as I love how it feels exaggerated how good everyone is and how bad everyone else is, like the bad people are really bad and the good people are so super good that it feels exaggerated to me. So like the realities could be a little bit different. I'm sure they're fine people, but I can't believe some of the stuff where it's like, really? Was your wife that evil all the time? I don't know. But we'll go through that later. But yeah, that's a quick little summary of the film anyways. Technical details. This movie is 101 minutes long. Aspect ratio is 1.85 by 1. This is a color movie, of course, for being released in 1994. And let's see, here's sound mix is actually mixed in Dolby Stereo, so enhanced features there. This movie was filmed on location all throughout New York, so we have like 750th Avenue, 725 Fifth Avenue, Central Park, Manhattan, Yonkers Courthouse, Hudson County Courthouse in New York Avenue, and Pavoni Avenue, and New Jersey, Jersey City, Manhattan, Queens, Yonkers, and all that good stuff. So filmed on location all throughout the film there. Pretty cool stuff there. Always like when films are filmed on location wherever they can be. So cool stuff there. No awards to go through this time. I forgot to check for the last minute there, but it'll be okay. We'll just move straight forward to the cast, which we have a great little all-star cast here. And if I went through all of the cast, I'd be here for another hour, but I'm going to hit like the big characters for the main highlights here. So first up, we have the legendary Nicolas Cage playing the character of Charlie Lang. Nicolas Cage, easily best known for such films as Face Off in 1997 and The Rock in 1996. Then movies like Con Air and even recently The Massive Weight of Unbearable Talent. And
coming up in the upcoming Renfield,
which looks Dracula. Amazing. Yeah, and there's also even The Vampire's Kiss, I think in the 90s as well, and a bunch of other crazy films. And if you've seen a film, you've probably seen a Nicolas Cage film. Let's just say that.
Would you equivalent Nicolas Cage now to like Kevin Bacon? Could there be like a 6 Degrees of Nicolas Cage? Because, some of his financial troubles, he's had to take on roles that basically he can't turn down a role, I think. You know what I mean?
If there was a while there, I think he's gotten over that hump entirely, though.
Right.
Because there was a year there where like he was like in like 50 movies in 1 year. It was like, that's insane. But I'd have to look more at Kevin Bacon's career overall to do that kind of comparison.
Well, because you always hear about the 6 Degrees of Bacon.
Yeah,
that's not temperature of cooking your bacon, Kyle.
No, I understand. Yeah. Yeah, but I think it's probably fair. If you think Make was I believe you. But yeah, I think Nicolas Cage is great overall. I have nothing more to say. I don't do that necessarily. Next up, we have Bridget Fonda playing the character of Yvonne Basie. Bridget Fonda was also in the films A Civil Plan in 1998 and Jackie Brown in 1997. Next up, we have Rosie Perez playing Muriel Lang. Rosie Perez was also in the films White Men Can't Jump in 1992 with Woody Harrelson and Wesley Snipes back in the day. And also, I think most recently I saw her in was Harley Quinn in the Birds of Prey movie. I think it was in 2021. I didn't write the date on it, but I think it was 2021 or 2020, one of those years. But
who'd she play in that?
She was the detective. She was the detective in the film that was trying to basically bust Harley Quinn, and then in the movie she's actually helping her out in a crime fighting way. It was a solid movie, and Rosie Perez was actually really great in it. Next up, we have Wendell Pierce playing the character of Bo Williams. Wendell Pierce was also in the films The Money Pit in 1986, and he was also in the little-known show The Wire in 2002.
Was he the guy that was just basically narrating it?
I believe he was, yes, the narrator in that film. Next up, we have Isaac Hayes playing the character of Angel Dupree. Isaac Hayes is he was the investigator throughout the entire film that kind of is watching over the couple as they get to love each other and also get to know Rosie Perez's character, and he's the narrator of the film.
So that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Isaac Hayes. That's it. Oh, Wendell Pierce. Oh, no, sorry, he was his partner in the film.
Right.
I thought you were talking about Wendell Pierce in his role in Money Pit. No. No, Isaac Hayes, he's the narrator and the investigator in the film. And Isaac Hayes also, mainly known as a singer, he did the theme song for Shaft back in the day, too. So, you think, who is the man? That song, amazing.
Wasn't he also chef?
No, I don't. I don't believe that's the actor for Chef. Or if I'm wrong, I'm embarrassed right now, but I don't believe that's the actor for Chef. Wait, or is it? Isaac Hayes. I'm looking it up right now. Give me one moment here, folks.
Play elevator music.
And he does play Chef. Yes, he is the voice of Chef. You're right.
From South Park.
Yep, I should have known that off the top of my head, but I didn't. I'm embarrassed now. But it's okay. But he was also in the films Escape from New York in 1981 and Robin Hood Men in Tights in 1993. Absolutely classic. Yeah. Next up, we have Victor Rojas playing the character of Jesus. Victor Rojas was also in the films Die Hard with Vengeance in 1995 and Max is Missing, also in 1995. So cool there. He was the kid actor that Nicolas Cage was being friendly to and playing stickball in the road. Yeah.
Kyle, I got a project for you.
You do? Cool.
I want to know, has there ever been an actor or actress that has been nominated for an Oscar for Best Actor for two different movies the same year, because they both came out that year? So how both those movies came out in 1995, could he have been nominated for Best Actor for this movie or Best Actor for this movie at the same time?
Gosh, I can certainly not think of one off the top of my head.
I don't think so, but I just thought that would be an interesting...
It would be such a rarity to have.
Well, I'm just saying, so let's say basically Forrest Gump came out and Saving Private Ryan came out in the same year.
Something like that, too.
And Tom Hanks was nominated here and nominated here. Could that happen? Or is it like you only get one nomination per... You need to do some research because I'd like to know that. So you are now on the hook to find out.
On the hook of that. I might do that one next week.
I want to know the rules and regulations.
Rules and regulations. My guess is there's no explicit... off the top of my head, I'm going to guess there's no explicit rule about that, but I don't think the organization would want to do that. They would probably
Kevin Bacon
try to avoid
nominated for 6 movies, and the winner is...
Exactly.
Kevin Bacon,
exactly. So I don't think they would want to do that because it would appear immensely unfair there from the start, too. You know, and especially, and I know Oscars gets something like that, too, about whitewashing a lot of their award ceremonies, too. So they have, the 2 awards for the same 2 nominations for the same white guy. That would look bad too for the Oscars right now, but in the history I bet it could happen too. But that's going to be off the top of my head. If not, we'll get back either later in this podcast or next week. We'll be like, hey, this is what happened here. Or next week, next week's going to be Aliens. We already did a little bit of that one, but the week after we'll do something, or I'll intercut something. It'll be weird. We'll find out though. The future will happen. Next up, we have Seymour Castle, though. Seymour Castle playing the character of Jack Ross. He was Rosie Perez's new boyfriend halfway through the film.
Rich guy?
The rich guy. So, once again, like, the evil characters play so deliciously evil. Like, they took such enjoyment of just being, like, just, oh, yes, I take advantage of everyone. I take from the poor. It's great. Love them. But Jack Seymour Castle was also in the films Rushmore in 1998 and Death Game in 1977. Next up, we also have another legendary actor, Stanley Tucci. Stanley Tucci playing the character of Eddie Bassi. Stanley Tucci was also in films such as The Terminal in 2004 with Tom Hanks, who we were just discussing a little bit earlier. Yeah, and he plays an excellent antagonist in The Terminal. I love Terminal Death. We could probably move some time. He's also in Big Night in 1996 and a ton of other movies. Stanley Tucci's an amazing actor too. I don't know why. I was watching him just a couple weeks ago in Transformers 4, which is not a good movie, but he is enjoying in it. Next up, we have J.E. Freeman playing the character of Saul Bontempo. J.E. Freeman was also in the movies Alien Resurrection in 1997. I believe it was the third Alien movie, I want to say. Or was it Aliens 3? I don't remember anymore. He was in Alien Resurrection in 1997. And he was also in Miller's Crossing in 1990. Next up here, we have the actor Red Buttons playing the character of Walter Zacuto.
Kyle was just unfathomed that somebody's name was Red.
Like, surely not his birth name. It has to be his actor's name, Red Buttons. Like, you have to have a different name for your, being an actor. I was like, oh, cool, Red Buttons. Watch his name be like really John Smith or something like that too. But yes, Red Buttons was also in the film, the original, The Poseidon Adventure in 1972, and Hatari in 1962. So
Atari with the H.
Hatari. I was thinking of like, how do I pronounce this right quick? Like, looking at the trailer and like literally 2 seconds in, Hatari, like, done. Next up, we have another great actor here, Richard Jenkins, playing C. Vernon Hale. Richard Jenkins was also in the film The Shape of Water in 2017, one of my personal favorite movies of all time. And he was also in Step Brothers in 2008, another excellent film with Will Ferrell and what's the name of the actor there? Will Ferrell.
Did you just say The Shape of the Water is one of your favorite movies of all time?
It is, yes. Don't judge me, I'm right.
That movie is weird. First of all, how are you going to clog and fill up your whole entire bathroom by putting a towel down and turning on the water?
It leaked. And the answer is romance. Love conquers all. Including,
I guess,
bathroom links. Yes.
Yeah, that was just a weird movie.
Beautiful movie, and I love it to death.
I'm sure you do.
Yes. So, moving on. Next up, we have Robert Dorfman playing the character of Walter. Robert Dorfman was also in the movies A Couple Days, a period piece in the year 2000, and the film Vampire's Kiss in 1988. And that was also starring Nicolas Cage as well. That's what I was thinking of earlier, because he's doing that was like the last vampire movie he did, and the new one's going to be Renfield coming out later this year, which I'm very excited about. I think we got to that in our next Real Talk, where we talk with Brett and everyone else. Right. I think we're going to talk about Renfield, because that movie looks like it's going to be awesome. But anyways, that is the cast of It Could Happen to You. Jimbo, let's go through some of the notes.
All right. So as I stated earlier, there's not a lot of information out there about this movie. It's just a good movie that we figured we'd throw out there, and it's a good romance.
It's very straightforward. It
makes you feel happy.
Yeah.
So as I said, this was based on a real movie. A
real life story.
It was a real movie.
It was a real movie.
It was a real movie on a life story, yes. It's based on a true story, but it's a little different, as we're going to find out. So the movie is based on the true story of Phyllis Penzo and Officer Robert Cunningham. For 24 years, Penzo served as a waitress at Sal's Pizzeria in Yonkers, New York. Cunningham, a 30-year veteran of the police force in nearby Dobbs Ferry, New York, was a regular customer at the restaurant, well liked by the staff there. His favorite dish was linguine with clams. One day in March 1984, Cunningham asked Penzo for help picking his weekly lottery numbers. Penzo suggested 3 numbers, and Cunningham came up with 3 more numbers on his own. Cunningham jokingly promised that if he won, he would split the winnings with Penzo as a tip. The next day, to Penzo's surprise, Cunningham and his wife came to the diner with a winning lottery ticket in hand. Cunningham's ticket had won $6 million, which he split with Penzo, giving her $3 million. In real life, however, as stated in a disclaimer at the end of this movie, Cunningham and Penzo were both happily married to other people for many, many years.
Yeah. So yeah, it's one of those like, it's like, okay, like I get how you want to spin this in the love story because like you can just that's what they did. They made this great like fantasy of just like, oh, everything worked out so well. The waitress and the waiter and the waiter and the police officer meeting together, and like it's every cliche but played with utter sincerity that makes it all the more endearing. But the real life story is like, oh yeah, these actually like were regular people with regular life problems and weren't going like overboard of like being incredibly nice or very, very evil. Actually, like a lot of regular people just doing regular people stuff. So,
right.
You know, excellent.
So Kyle, I have a question real quick.
Go for it. Shoot.
We are famous around our area because either before we record a podcast or after we record a podcast, we are known by several waitresses or waiters throughout this area, either for breakfast or lunch.
Yeah.
Kyle, how hard would it be if you won the lottery like that? How hard would it be for you if you made this deal to go back to the waitress or waiter and do the right thing, or would you never be seen again?
Gosh.
I know what you want to say, but I know what you probably would do.
Everyone wants to say that they would honor the thing and split the money. That's what I want to say. What I do entirely too. So I think like I wouldn't entertain the idea of like trying to get away with it and taking all the money for myself. I wouldn't possibly think of that. But I probably
lowball them.
To a degree, possibly, or like come to like listen, I will set you up for sure. Like you don't have to work again. That kind of money. But the idea of like the bulk of earnings, I'd probably want to keep myself if I bought a lottery ticket for myself and I chose the numbers. Well, in this case, they split the numbers in real life. But like in this scenario, in this movie specifically, that's what I'm going to entertain. Where like
because if you remember, he didn't put the right number down because so when his wife says, "I picked all the numbers." In this movie, remember he mixed the one the dates because it was like the 26th or something, and she was like, "Well, that's when we always celebrate." And she's like, "But that's not our date."
Yeah,
but he ended up with it. But they made the thing that he or she picked all the numbers that she got it from her dead father came to her and all that. Remember?
Yeah. Specifically, when I'm saying in this case that Bridget Fonda's character, the waitress, didn't have any influence on the numbers he chose in the movie. That's what I'm saying too. That, like, if I split the numbers in real life, then I think it is like more of a responsibility to share the money in that case. But in this case of the movie, where if I chose all the numbers and I just happen to say like, if I win this lottery ticket, I'll split it with you, and if I won, in that case,
but he said I'll split half with you. I do believe
split half with you. Yeah, specifically. Okay, yeah, split half with you. So yeah, if that really happened, I feel like I might lowball him to some degree, just like realistically in my case, where it's like I'm going to make sure you're set up, you're good. You know, like if one of those things like if you get $500,000, you could buy a house and retire with a good nest egg. Probably just do that. Even if I get one like $4 million, but like. You know, in my heart of hearts, I hope I'd be the person to be like honor the deal, do the full split of $2 million to $2 million. But you know, I'll cross that bridge if I ever come to it.
All right.
Yeah. What would you do? Would you take it all? Would you split it? We both want to be honorable people. We want to be good people for sure. Everyone does.
Yeah, probably. I mean, you're gonna. Let's face it. We're all gonna be a little Rosie Perez in this movie in real life. You know?
A little bit. Yeah.
She's like, "Are you stupid?" But you got to remember, Nicolas Cage didn't go in there and say, "Here's your $500,000 or your $2 million." He gave her a choice. Mm-hmm. He said, because basically he tells her, "Hey, do you want a tip, or do you want half of what I won in the lottery?" Mm-hmm. And she said, "Oh, I'll take half of what you won in the lottery." You know, just being,
giving himself an out. You know?
Yeah. He's like, "Are you sure that's what you want?" She's like, "Yeah, give it to me." He said, he's like, "Okay." He's like, "I was hoping you'd say that." She's like, she's like, "Well, we did well." And she's like, "Oh yeah, what did we win?" He's like, "Well, we won." She's like, "Oh yeah, what did we win?" And he's like, "Well, actually, we did really well." And she's like, "What?" He's like, you get $2 million.
Yeah. And I also want to say, like, more broadly and more hopefully, I think most people would say what we would do too, where we might lowball them. But I think most people would actually come down to it. They probably actually would split the money because they would feel the guilt of not doing that. And
half the listeners are yelling at their listening device, "Are you crazy? You'd never see me again. I have my own island somewhere."
I think a lot of people would say like, "Oh, I would be selfish about it," but when it actually came down to it, like, are you gonna like, mess over this one person who like you feel indebted to now? Like, everyone wants to clean their ledger. They want to clean off their debts, something like that too. And just like messing over a random person, or in this case, a person who also like is a working person themselves and doing that kind of work themselves. Like, she's a waitress, banquet serving, all those kind of things. Like, she has a rough life, and you have the ability to make her life better, and you ignore her. That's not okay in a lot of people's book. I don't think a lot of people were more decent than that. So I think a lot of people would say like, oh, I think I would lowball her, but I think if it came down to it, a lot of people would also split. More people than you would think.
Yeah,
I would hope so. Anyways, that's what I think. People are good.
This was released in the UK the same week that the National Lottery was launched. All right, Kyle, you're gonna laugh.
Go for it.
Tell me you're not gonna laugh before I read this to you.
I'm not gonna laugh. I will not laugh.
Okay, let me hold my paper up here so I can watch this. Are you ready? If you laugh, you got to buy dinner today. Are you ready? In the movie's initial phase, it was originally titled The $2 Million Tip. Arnold Schwarzenegger was slated to star in the movie, but ultimately chose to star in the last action hero instead. Yeah.
It's very funny.
You know what's even funnier? Is he said, I don't have any money on me, but I'll come back tomorrow. He said, I'll be back.
Jimbo, you're terrible.
Why are you laughing, Kyle? Because it's funny.
It is funny.
But can you imagine if Arnold Schwarzenegger started this movie? How funny would that have been? How funny would that have been? You laugh.
You can't make a shirt just like Arnold Schwarzenegger walking in like that whole like tight shirt. That's what they would have to do. I'm just imagining him in the police uniform in like the tightest police uniform possible to show off all his muscles and all kind of stuff too, and not just everyone being distracted by this gargantuan, this leviathan of a man, a police officer.
Well, that would change the scene where where Nicolas Cage sneaks through the back window, and because Arnold would have just blew the guy's ear.
Yeah, he would have just ripped the wall off the front of the building, and then just or like the idea of like if he threw like Nicolas Cage throwing a can at a criminal and knocking him out, believable. Arnold Schwarzenegger throwing a can at a criminal, that man's dead, his head's gone. Regardless of the reality, that's what you think.
I knew you would enjoy that Arnold Schwarzenegger was slated to start.
Oh my gosh!
Okay.
Schwarzenegger really trying to do a dramatic role too.
Wait a minute. So let's go with the alternate universe Arnold Schwarzenegger here. Mm-hmm. Here's the two women that could have starred opposite him, but they turned down the role of Yvonne Biasi. Are you ready?
Go for it.
Number one, Marissa Tomei.
I'll never say no to Marissa Tomei.
But the other one, Madonna.
That's a choice. Madonna and
Arnold Schwarzenegger and Madonna.
What a terrible idea. Man, I want to see that dumb movie.
I kind of want to see it.
Sounds awful, but man, that would be just those two personalities just clashing in a movie. Man, that would turn out bad. But man, I want to see someone make that mistake.
Oh man, that's okay. I told you it's gonna be funny. Okay,
to me, it would have been great though too.
There may not be a lot of notes, but the notes we have are gold.
Excellent.
Yes. Yeah. Yvonne tells Officer Lang in the diner that her luck is so bad that she had a puppy die of parvo, but she doesn't even know what that is. Kyle, do you know what parvo is?
I have no idea. Can you tell me?
Parvo is a virus that afflicts puppies and is marked by severe intestinal and heart problems.
Aww.
It is readily preventable by making sure puppies get all their vaccines, although Yvonne probably lacked the money to pay for them.
Aww.
So it makes it sadder. How do we go from being sad to being laughing?
Just whiplash right there, Jimbo. My neck's going to hurt all day now.
Nicolas Cage and Richard Jenkins both appeared in Trapped in Paradise, which also came out in 1994. The front page of the funny thing about this movie is whenever they have an update in the story, especially during the trial, there's always like a front page news cop gives waitress $2 million tip, and then it's like
dead father gives winning lotto numbers. Yeah. It's just like, what?
In their darkest hour, it's really
great.
cool. But the front page of the New York Post with the headline "Cop gives waitress $2 million tip" is obviously a fake story for the movie. But the back page with the sports was real and published in the Monday, June 14, 1993 New York Post. The New York Mets made that day's headline, and a top column says Suns rise in 3 overtimes after their Game 3 win that year in the NBA Finals against the Chicago Bulls.
Sports.
Yes. The second collaboration between Nicolas Cage and director Andrew Bergman. The first was Honeymoon in Vegas.
I've not seen that one. I haven't seen Trapped in Paradise.
You haven't seen Honeymoon in Vegas?
No, I've not. Is it good?
Yes.
It is? Okay.
We got to put this on the list. The complete coffee shop building was an actual working dinner prop that was made from scratch for this movie on a parking lot on the corner of North Moore Street and West Broadway in Tribeca, across from the FD FDNY Ladder 8 building. Diner exterior and interior shots were done on location. After filming, it was completely torn down.
Jimbo, let's go down there and take a picture right there. And,
On the corner?
Yeah, exactly. On the corner. This is the corner.
Road trip.
Nicolas Cage was here.
This is the first 2 times where Nicolas Cage plays a cop. He would do it again in The Wicker Man.
That's right, The Wicker Man. Which other movie? Oh, Bad Lieutenant? Is that the one? Is it Bad Lieutenant?
This is the first
of
2 times. So this movie and The Wicker Man, Kyle.
He was also a cop in Bad Lieutenant, though. And this note was probably taken later before Bad Lieutenant came out.
Could be.
And also, Bad Lieutenant is not a good movie. But
Nicolas Cage, Bridget Fonda, and Rosie Perez were all born in 1964.
Wow.
Yeah.
Makes it an age-appropriate romance movie.
At Charlie and Muriel's divorce proceedings, Muriel has had breast augmentation. Remember, that's all she wanted. Get the surgery. But
in reality, it's just Rosie Perez.
They are Rosie Perez's real breast. She had to have them bound down for the first half of the movie to appear smaller.
Yes.
She's funny, dude. Remember, she's got the mirror out and she's kind of looking down. She's so funny in this movie. Classic.
Every scene, she's a cartoon character. And she devours it.
I've told you our feelings have been all the way around on this movie, from funny to sad to hilarious. Now, this is heartbreaking.
Oh.
And this is the last note I have, and I wanted to make it the last note. But the firefighters of Hook and Ladder number 8, the FDNY 8, were among the first responders to the September 11th, 2001 attacks.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never forget. It's just, when you see an older movie and you still see the 2 towers and you see like the FD number 8 building, Hook and Ladder and all that, it makes you stop and realize there were some tragic events that happened that day and that there were families affected forever.
It's how much the world has changed since that event too. Like, so many films of the 90s have a lightheartedness that you don't get anymore, especially in films set in New York. Like there's, a few kid movies still set in New York get made and they have a lightheartedness to them, but really, like, this is actually, this is a relatively an adult romantic comedy kind of stuff like that too. Not like adult humor or anything like that, but like appropriate for adults to watch. And those films don't get made anymore for various reasons, but one of them being just 9/11 kind of just sapped a lot of hope out of Americans for basically a decade plus, and now we're covered in Marvel movies, and that's what kind of like the world is.
But I figured how appropriate on Valentine's Day to end with something to show our love for all the first responders and firefighters and all those of that tragic day and their families. You know what I mean? That they are loved worldwide.
Entirely, yeah.
So I almost didn't put that note in the movie, and I was like, or in the notes, and I was like, it's. If you need to talk about it, you know what I mean, and you don't want to forget, but it makes you more conscious of when things like that happen. So I thought it was important to put it in there, and it was Valentine's Day. So Kyle, what's your thoughts on this movie?
I think this movie is excellent. It is I think it's like 8 out of 10 territory. Like, I think it's just great. It's not like a perfect movie. It's not like amazing. It's not going to change your life or anything like that. But it's a perfect movie of just like it's like a warm bowl of soup in some ways. Like a warm bowl of chicken noodle soup. It's like it's just what the doctor ordered when you're feeling down or feeling in the blues, in a really, really fun way that I really appreciate. You can kind of watch a movie any time of the day, and it's always kind of like happy and uplifting and just a good all around time. So I think it's excellent. I don't think it's like the most important movie, but I do think like everyone can have value in seeing it. It's something to just clear the air in a lot of great ways. So I love it. Jimbo, how do you feel about it?
Same. It's a feel good movie. Bridget Fonda in this film is just adorable. You feel sorry for her, you know, the struggles that she went through. Nicolas Cage plays an outstanding role, a good human being. Their on-screen chemistry, Rosie Perez, the on-screen chemistry between all of them is almost perfect.
Yeah.
And I love this movie. I actually went to the movie theaters to see this, but I'm just saying it's very, very good, and I'll probably watch it several more times in my lifetime. I would assume, but I think it's really good. So that will conclude our Valentine's Day episode. We just want to do something special for you guys. Let you guys know we love you, our listeners.
Yeah, really appreciate you all listening, all that stuff. Really, it's nice.
And you know, I kind of like Kyle too. I'm not going to say the L word to him.
I tolerate Jimbo.
But I'm just saying, you know,
sometimes even enjoys company.
for Kyle to step up and be part of this podcast, it wouldn't be as good as it is without him. So, Kyle, you know, love you, brother.
Love you too, Jimbo. Thank you.
Just for all your hard work and everything. Or just showing up. I would say hard work. I had
existing.
I had to get a little something in there after the mushy stuff. So, but with that being said, this Valentine's episode is coming to a close, and that's a wrap.
And cut.